Welcome to the deep dive. Today we're digging into something really, really core. Why your vote actually matters in a democracy. Thinking about, how you get a voice, how you get a say in what happens, your community, your country.
Yeah, and our source for this is, well, it's a pretty straightforward piece, aimed generally, people interested in Indian news stories.
Right.
But what's interesting is how even these simple explanations, they often hold some really deep truths about civic life.
Definitely. So our mission today, let's try and pull out why each single vote really has weight. Go a bit deeper than just the usual sound bites.
Okay, let's do it.
So first up, the source uses that phrase, your vote is your voice. Let's unpack that. It's more than just a slogan, yeah.
Oh, absolutely. It's fundamental power, isn't it? The power citizens have or should have to pick their leaders. It's that basic right.
The mechanism for choosing.
Exactly. It's how the collective idea of what people want ideally gets turned into actual governance. Each vote is like a tiny signal, a preference.
But, it's so easy to fall into that trap of thinking, what's my one vote going to change?
The cynicism trap.
Yeah. But the source really pushes back, says clearly every vote counts. And sometimes, apparently, even one vote can make a big difference. How does that work?
Well, you just have to look at history, really. It's not just theoretical. There have been elections, big ones even, decided by just a handful of votes.
Really? Like major ones?
Sometimes, yeah. Local elections quite often, but even bigger races or referendums can come down to super tight margins. So in those cases, literally every single person's choice is potentially decisive.
Okay, so that counters the my vote is pointless idea.
Right.
Then the source looks at the other side. What if you don't vote? And it's pretty direct about it. It says if we don't vote, we leave the decision to others, then we cannot complain if the wrong person wins. That feels quite pointed.
It is pointed, but it makes a key point, doesn't it? Staying home, abstaining. It's not a neutral act. You're effectively saying, okay, I'll let whoever does show up make the choice for me.
You lose your input.
You lose your direct input, exactly. Decisions will be made, policies enacted. By not voting, you're opting out of influencing that direction.
And to kind of hammer this home, the source gives us this example, a village story.
Yeah, it's quite illustrative. About a village where apparently the younger people just didn't turn out to vote.
Okay, what happened?
Well, the person who got elected ended up sort of ignoring their needs, their issues. And predictably, the story goes, they became pretty unhappy about it later on.
So direct consequence, cause and effect.
Very clear cause and effect. And it really shows, doesn't it, what happens when a whole segment of the population just disengages. Their specific concerns can easily get sidelined.
So it's not just about having the right to vote.
No, the source shifts it slightly.
Yeah, it finishes by saying voting is not just a right. It is also our duty. Duty is a strong word, too.
It is. And framing it as a duty sort of highlights that we're all interconnected in this, in a democracy. It's not just about my candidate or my issue.
It's about contributing to the whole thing.
Contributing to the overall health and direction of the community, the society. Yeah.
Okay, so let's quickly recap then. Your vote, it's your voice, it's actual power.
Potentially very powerful.
Every single one can matter, especially in close calls. And not voting, that's basically letting other people call the shots.
And losing your right to complain, as the source puts it.
Right. And finally, it's maybe useful to think of it not just as a right you can exercise, but maybe a responsibility you kind of share.
A civic duty, yeah.
Which leads us to, I guess, a final thought for you, the listener.
Thinking beyond just election day.
Yeah. How else does your participation, or maybe non-participation, shape things around you, beyond just ticking a box every few years? What other ways can you, make your voice heard and actually contribute to decisions?
Big or small ways, something to maybe mull over.